All right, you guys, I'm back for the Potomac Girls. I don't know what episode this is, but yeah, let's just get into it. So they still at Bethany Beach or whatever. Um, I misheard Robin last week about, when she was explaining her story or whatever. I thought she was saying that Juan had stole from their best friend, but it turns out the best friend stole from her and Juan. I kind of misinterpreted it. Was kind of hard to understand, catch what she was saying or whatever, because she was crying and everything. But that's what happened or whatever. So that's why, pretty much she was like, that's part of the reason why her and Juan have been struggling, because the guy that was their best friend just kept on taking money before before they really noticed, like, like, yo, like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, our money is gone and shit like that. And that's really fucked up. That's a real fucked up situation to go through. Somebody that you trusted, though, you know what I'm saying? And that's why she has that tough exterior about her. That's why she's so guarded, and I understand, you know what I'm saying? After being hurt by so many people, you do get guarded, you know what I'm saying? You do keep your guard up because you don't want to be hurt again or put your trust into folk again, and then the same shit end up happening. You know what I'm saying? Ashley, she feels guilty about bringing up Robin's finances, when she did the whole Google thing. I was like, Ashley, you should, because that was wrong. But, yeah. Giselle, she brings up the charity event to Katie or whatever. Katie, she tells them that Sharice and Brene are going to be a part of the hosting committee, and she don't know if she want them bitches to even be there. Her and Robin, Giselle, Robin, or whatever. And it's like I said, I understood both sides of that whole situation. I do understand, Robin and Giselle, they were just trying to look out, in their aspect, they was trying to look out for her best interest, because you are trying to plan something at last minute or whatever. But at the same time, it did seem like they was coming down a little bit hard on her. But whatever. They're still having like that whole sister circle thing. So they asked Katie, does she have something that she wants to share or whatever. Katie was like, I ain't with the shits. I don't feel like getting deep with y'all bitches tonight, because Giselle ass just been have me in a bad mood ever since we been here. Like, she was not with the shits. What else happened? Okay, Giselle brings up yet again the whole situation with Katie and Andrew at Ashley's party or whatever. And Karen was like she did not feel like that the conversation was an appropriate time. Like, it was not like the place that it was taken at, it was not the appropriate time to be having that conversation. I didn't feel like the conversation was appropriate, period, because y'all already had a motherfucking conversation about this bullshit on the motherfucking yacht. And she apologized for it, and you still coming at her. For what? And you steadily still are trying to imply that she was on drugs or something. She just had like she said, she had too much to drink. It happens. She got a little bit too frisky with her man. Like I said, I was kind of looking at her like, but not looking at her like as if I thought she was on some dope or something. But I was just looking at her like, girl, you might want to see that. You better take that to the Hilton or something like that, But it's like, it's not a big deal for you to be dragging this shit out as long as you've been dragging it out. Like, it's getting real fucking old, Giselle, and tiring. For real. So anyways, what else happened? Katie decides to go upstairs because she's over it. Ashley, she decides to go check up on her. Katie claims that she's tired, but we all know that she's tired of Giselle and her bullshit. But anyways, moving on. We get to the next day. It's raining. Karen and Ashley, they have a conversation about what happened the night before. Karen says that they talk about the fact that Giselle was talking about, doodling in front of old boy or whatever during their little sister circle conversation or whatever. And Giselle and Robin, they talk about the whole best friend thing with Robin and Juan or whatever. And Giselle tells Robin, I don't want you to feel like you can't ever come to me about something or whatever. Like, I'm here for you, whatever. Karen, she expresses that she felt bad for Katie and everything. I think this was a conversation between Karen and Ashley. Yeah, it was a conversation between Karen and Ashley where, Ashley was like that, Giselle was throwing shade. Like, she wasn't, acting like she was concerned about Katie. She was straight up throwing shade, and I will have to agree. Because she ain't been doing nothing but coming at Ashley, coming at Katie, coming at Katie. You know what I'm saying? Katie, Sharice, and Brene, they have a conversation. They also felt like Giselle was being mean. And, Katie, she was like, I don't sit up here and ask her about her marriage and all this other stuff. Like, she needs to mind her business and everything. Like, and I do agree. Like I said, Katie had an off night or whatever. It happens. It wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? Giselle, she walks in because she hears her name or whatever. And Sharice expresses that, she felt like, Giselle was being shady because all she brought up was her little shit story the night before. And, just so she could dig up everybody else's dirty laundry. Like, why she sit back and dig up everybody else's dirty laundry and have everybody else express they hurt and the pain and the trials and tribulations they're going through or whatever. Giselle, she's like, Brene was the one, as far as the whole Katie situation, she was like, Brene was the one who had brought it up in the first place or whatever. Which is true, but I don't feel like Brene was necessarily trying to be shady or whatever. But you, Giselle, on the other hand, you was trying to be shady with the shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first time that we know of that Brene and Katie had a conversation about the shit. Whereas Katie had already had a conversation with you and apologized to you because she knows how you is. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, it was coming from a place of you was trying to really, come at her. Katie, she throws some kind of shade at Giselle or whatever and walks away. She was like, I don't say nothing about you having multiple sex partners and all this other shit she was saying about Giselle. I said, ooh, okay. But she did walk away though. Katie has a conversation with Brene. Brene tells her you need to pretty much stand up for yourself or whatever. You don't walk away. You stand there and you stand your ground pretty much. And she was like, you pretty much have to learn how to read Giselle and everything. I'm like, well, like I said, Katie kind of said some shady shit before she walked away. So I don't think, Katie has a trouble with reading somebody. But Katie just needs to, just learn how to stay there and stand her ground instead of walking away when there's an issue. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, sometimes you have to kind of walk away there before you blow up. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, what else happens? Karen, she also agrees that Giselle overstepped her boundaries. And, she pretty much tells Katie the same thing that Brene had told her. Ashley, she takes the girls to the boardwalk to this place called Old Time Photos. She makes a little shade talking about some, I hope that they remember, coming here. I hope they have memories of their childhood or whatever. I said, you trying to call these bitches old. Ooh, excuse me. But anyway, so, they all have, they all dress up in like this old back in the day attire or whatever. And, it was nice just to see them kind of bond a little bit for that moment, even though Katie, she did kind of throw some shade at Giselle or whatever. She calls her a bottom bitch and everything. And then after they do the little, photo shoot or whatever, Katie, she talks to Giselle about how she feels and everything. And, like how she didn't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, before Giselle could give an apology, Katie pretty much shuts her down. She was like, bitch, look, I'm not interested in anything else you got to fucking say at this point. I'm over it. But, Giselle was like, well, I was going to apologize. Like, can I do that? Whatever. Katie's like, oh, okay, go ahead. And so, Giselle apologizes and everything. And she's actually shocked that Katie is coming at her. I said, yeah, because she needed to come at your ass. Because that shit was just unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? But Katie, she still feels like Giselle is phony, and she has this phony ass accent, and she doesn't know where she gets that from, and all this other stuff. I haven't really paid attention to how Giselle talks. I might have to pay attention in the next episode or something. Do y'all feel like she got a phony accent, or have y'all noticed? Y'all let me know in the comments. Anyways, the girls, they go to this restaurant or whatever. Katie pretty much thinks that Andrew is just waiting for the right time to propose to her or whatever. I said, oh, now you feel like he waiting for the right time. Because before it seemed like you was trying to rush his ass and everything. But, I mean, if she's trying to back off, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But, Karen, she's trying to expedite the shit or whatever. She's cool with being the one to help him pick out a ring or whatever. Because Katie feels like he wouldn't know what kind of ring to get her. And, Karen, she trying to expedite this shit, talking about some, when you're a woman with 3 kids or whatever, something she was saying about how he needs to rush her down the aisle and all this other stuff or whatever. I'm like, Karen, they haven't been together that long. Calm down. There's plenty of time for them to, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, girl... Anyways, y'all know how Karen do, though. She wants everybody to be married and, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, what else happened? They also start talking about politics or whatever. And Katie says she gets frustrated with white politicians because she feels like they don't understand the black community pretty much and the issues with the black community. Giselle feels like it's bullshit because, Katie is, like she don't even know which box she would check on a job application or whatever. And she was like, these white people don't like you, girl. Which is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, Katie could sit up here and kiss the white man's ass all day long. The fact that she has an ounce of black in her, that's all they're going to see. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Robin asked Katie what she would do differently this time around if she gets married. She pretty much says that she would go to pre-counseling first, premarital counseling or whatever, instead of just jumping into it. She felt like she just jumped into her last marriage because she was in her 30s and she felt like, oh my God, I'm getting older. She just felt like she had to rush it. You know what I'm saying? Giselle had doubt in Ashley about the whole trip or whatever, and then talking about Karen talking about something that Ashley then came a long way, this, that, and the third. I was just like, whatever. What else happened? They're on their way to the drag show or whatever. Oh yeah, they say Ashley is a member of their little crew now or whatever. I was just like, child, please. Anyways, they're on their way to the drag show at the gay bar or whatever. They're having a good time on the bus that they're in. And then that's when and they're having a good time at the bar. Ashley's husband ends up showing up and everything. The girls get their panties into a bunch because he's there. And come to find out he's spending the night or whatever, so they're uncomfortable. Now they're mad. And then also they get upset because Ashley is not going to ride with them back to the house or whatever. She's going to stay with Michael or whatever. Karen talking about some Ray would feel uncomfortable with it, this, that, and the third. And they feel that Ashley should have told Michael to go home. But I mean, my thing is, it's Mike's house. I'm going to call him Mike for short. You know how black people got always give somebody a nickname. But I mean, it's Mike's house though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the one who's paying the bill, so I feel like he should be able to come there anytime he please. But at the same time, I do understand what the girls are saying. They feel like it's a girls' trip. They want to walk around. If they want to walk around with their titties out in their underwears or whatever, they want to still be able to do that. And, you know, now they can't because he there. But at the same time, I feel like they blew the shit out of proportion. Blew it way more than what the fuck it needed to be. He came on the last night. You know what I'm saying? It's not like as if he came there the first day. He came on the last night. You know what I'm saying? What else happened? Karen feels like Ashley doesn't care about their feelings and everything. Sharice, she's pretty much, you know, in the middle with this. She understands where the girl's coming from, but she understands Ashley's position too. And she's telling them on the bus like that's her husband and everything. Robin feels like Ashley should have stood her ground and told him to go home or whatever. Giselle, she's saying she doesn't know a straight man that goes to a gay club or whatever, which, I mean, you know, I don't know neither, but I mean, hey, everybody's different, you know. Anyway, so, they get back to the house or whatever. Ashley understands that it's tension or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, Ashley, she asked Karen if the shoe was on the other foot. Like, if Ray was here, would you tell him to go? Like, if he surprised you, she was like, Ray would not be here. Ray would not be here or whatever. And I'm just like, and you know, what else happened? Ashley feels like the whole situation is being blown out of proportion. Like I said, Karen feels like Ashley doesn't care or whatever. And, you know, she lets Mike know, you know, I'm not coming at you or whatever. It's just, you know, I do feel uncomfortable. I'm like, Karen, you is far from Mike's mind, I'm pretty sure. He didn't think about your old ass when he got young ass Ashley. Young ass 27-year-old Ashley. He does not think about Karen Herbert or whatever the hell your last name is. Mike, he feels kind of disrespected because he like, you know, he feels like it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, I don't got time for all this drama. I could take my ass somewhere else and have a good time. It, you know, it's not that serious to me or whatever. Then Karen sitting up here saying like, no, Mike, this is your house. This is your house. Well, what the fuck then? The man just sat up here and offered to fucking leave, and that's what the fuck y'all want him to do. Now you sitting here telling me, well, no, it's your house, and like, child, bye. Karen calls Ashley a stray. That's, you know, that's what I get for helping strays out and all this other stuff. So she goes to her room. Giselle follows suit or whatever. Robin, she gets out her feelings about it. She realizes it's not a big deal or whatever. The next day comes or whatever, and they're packing up to leave. And we see that Robin, Katie, Sharice, and Brene, they hung out with Mike and Ashley the night before or whatever and had a good time. You know what I'm saying? And Robin is trying to tell Giselle, you should have stayed because we really had a good time and this, that, and the third. Karen, she tells Ray about what happened and all this stuff, and Ray is feeling some type of way. Now, Ashley, she did say on the yacht that it was not going to be any men on the trip or whatever. She did say that. But at the same time, Mike surprised her. And, I mean, you know, you can't be mad at her for not turning away her husband. But, I mean, like I said, I understand both sides, but I'm more so leaning towards Ashley side of this situation. You know, so that was pretty much the episode. They all leave or whatever, this, that, and the third. And it seemed like shit is just going to get from bad to worse between Karen and Ashley on next week's episode. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Do y'all are y'all like in the middle, kind of sort of like I am, or are y'all completely on Ashley's side or completely on the girl's side? I mean, like I said, I understand both sides, but I'm leaning a little bit towards more Ashley. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. And if there's anything else in the episode I left out, make sure y'all put it down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.